Apart from your belly and your love handles, one other area that excess fat tends to get stored is in the chest. Unlike gynecomastia or man boobs, which is a medical condition that is simply characterized by the growth of the breast tissue, accumulation of fat in the chest region, also called pseudo gynecomastia, is a different thing entirely. While gynecomastia can be quite serious and something that can mostly be corrected medically, pseudo gynecomastia, which is basically the normal stored chest fat, can be corrected by incorporating some simple habits and workouts into your routine. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at some important steps that can help you lose chest fat quickly. Stay tuned and enjoy. One of the very first things that you've got to know about losing chest fat is that it is quite challenging. You should also know that it's impossible to target your chest fat with any specific exercises, and all your efforts will have to be directed at reducing your overall body fat. There's simply no way to get rid of chest fat without dropping fat from the rest of your body. And one of the first things you'll have to do in line with losing your chest fat is to reduce your overall body fat percentage. When you're trying to lose fat, it's important to be in a caloric deficit. And while you might immediately think about dropping off 500 calories from your daily intake to immediately see results, it's much better and sustainable to gradually take your time towards reaching your goal. To get started with reducing your calories, you'll need to keep track of the number of calories you're consuming daily. There are several apps now available to do that, though you can as well stick to recording it with a notebook. Whichever one you decide, you should normally monitor your typical diet over a few days, and then use this to determine the extent to which you'll have to reduce your calories. If you're of course someone who consumes a lot of junk food or unhealthy fats, you'll have to cut quite a lot of that from your diet. In the process of cutting foods and reducing the amount of calories you consume, you should remember to also monitor the amount of nutrients you're getting. Protein is going to be particularly important for muscle growth and weight loss, and this is something you'll have to take note of while tracking and trimming down your daily calorie intake. While you're surely going to take some time to get used to your new routine, a good way to also gradually reduce your intake without drastically affecting your routine is to try out alternate days of eating your regular diet and reducing it the next day. This means that if you're eating your regular diet today, the next day's diet will be reduced by 500 calories or any amount you've decided to stick with. This can also be your strategy with carbs, so that you don't end up eating more carbs than you need, which can then increase your intake. By simply having a day for eating carbs and then a following no-carb day, this can be easily sorted until you're finally used to the plan. The next thing you'll want to do after tracking your calories and determining the best way to gradually bring yourself to a caloric deficit is to focus on weight training. Losing unnecessary fat from your body will surely help to lose some of the chest fat, but you'll also want it to look good, and this is where you'll be able to work on that. While there are no specific exercises to target the fat in your chest, there are great exercise options that target the muscles under that fat in a bid to build you strong and nice pecs. Some of these exercises are: number 1, bench press. To spice things up with this exercise, you can incorporate 3 of its common variations into your routine. These variations include the incline bench press, decline bench press, and of course the narrow grip bench press. What's interesting about adding these variations is that they all work different muscle groups, and doing all of them will ensure you're targeting all the right spots to bring you closer to your goals. For the incline bench press, which targets the upper chest, you should let the bench be angled upward between 45 and 60 degrees, so that you're leaning back slightly. For the decline bench press, which targets the lower chest muscles, you'll need to keep the bench angled downward, so that when you lie down, your feet are in a higher position than your head. For the narrow grip bench press, which works part of your chest muscles as well, you should ensure that your hands are narrower together on a barbell. When performing the bench press exercise, regardless of the variation, you should strive to get the best form by retracting your shoulders backward, making sure that your feet are planted to the ground. Gripping the bar with about 6 to 12 inches wider than shoulder width, and also not forgetting to maintain a neutral spine. Number 2, dumbbell chest press. Another exercise to try is the dumbbell chest press, and like the bench press, this exercise is also available in similar variations. With the flat incline and decline dumbbell chest press being the best for you to try, the incline dumbbell chest press is actually pretty impressive as it targets the upper fibers of your pecs, hence helping you with building and strengthening your upper chest. The decline dumbbell chest press, on the other hand, are good to further target the lower fibers of your pecs, and simply bringing together all variations as part of your routine is a guarantee to get a well-rounded and sculpted chest. Unlike the bench press where both hands are needed to lift the bar, the dumbbell chest press allows you to isolate each side better because you'll get a dumbbell on each side. Number 3. Chest dips. This is yet another good exercise to add to your routine, and even though you'll start by performing it like the regular dips, you'll need to lean forward to target your chest properly. The important thing to get the best results here is to lean forward, and while this might be difficult for you if you're a beginner, since you might not be able to push your own weight up, you might have to use resistance bands to help push you up. Number 4. Cable cross. This exercise helps you to tone the muscles in your chest area, and it's also another helpful addition to your routine. Doing the exercise with the right form will be very important in getting good results. And you'll have to start by setting the pulleys over your head before then setting the weight resistance to a minimal level, so that you can do as many reps as you can at first. You'll make sure to stand with your back to the machine, after which you're to slowly draw both pulleys towards you. Normally, you should aim to bring the pulleys all the way forward until your arms cross into an X shape, and from this you can continue for a desired number of reps. If doing this exercise is something you find pretty easy, then you can also try out a dumbbell chest fly, as both nearly follow a similar pattern in the muscles worked and how it all happens. Number 5. Push-ups. Push-ups are pretty much an all-around exercise that target quite a lot of muscle groups, including your chest. To get the best results, it's important to ensure to have a good form by keeping your hands more than shoulder width apart, while making sure your core, spine, and your heels are all aligned in a straight line. If you want to add a bit of the challenge to this, then you can do the exercise by placing your hands on 2 platforms in such a way that you're starting some way off the ground. Not only does this help target your chest better, but it also allows for a good chest stretch. After reducing your overall body fat percentage and also targeting your chest with the right exercises, one thing you'll need to add to this list is to improve your posture. While this surely sounds like something that isn't enough to help to lose chest fat, all it would do is to give your chest a better appearance in terms of how it looks and how it's shaped. This is going to be particularly helpful for those who have to spend most of or part of their day behind a desk or driving a car. Improving your posture isn't something that is too hard, as all you'll mostly need to do is to stretch your chest and back muscles. There are many ways to go about this, but 2 options you can try include reaching up to a pull-up bar to stretch your upper body, and also leaning your chest through a doorway, with your arms bent at a 90-degree angle at the entrance. You can also cover a lot more with exercises such as barbell rows and reverse flies. Generally, an improved posture, which ultimately improves the look of your chest, makes you more attractive. And that's pretty much what most men want. Which exercises are currently part of your chest workout routine? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, then you should also check out 8 unorthodox exercises to force chest growth.